Hello guys, the GB Grinder here, back at it again with another video, and this time we have the Oceanic Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship 2022 Finals. We have Bowden starting off with Branded and High Spirits, revealing Hafinas, dumping the Death Frog to go search. We're going to search for Albion, and then we can get Hafinas effect to put back itself in the Death Frog, and that summons out Kit, because that's a tier and an Aqua. Playing a bit fast here. Just fair, doesn't want to go to time. Kit effect. Let's see. So we do have a Tearlament mirror here between Bowden and Dino. Bowden is 5-1-2 in Swiss, and Dino went undefeated. 1 loss, 2 draws. Interesting. I've seen so many people have draws in this tournament. It's probably because, like, 40-minute tournament, like 40-minute rounds with like this gigantic combo deck that is like somewhat, freestyle in some points. You get put in new scenarios in a lot of games. Can take a while, especially for like people that don't know what they're doing with it that well. They want to like think through the plays, and then you mill 5 and you gotta like completely think through the plays. But terraforming, go search field spell. Then activate Albion to go dump. Now this is going to go dump in opening. Or, did I mean opening? Like Branded and... I meant Branded and High Spirits. They don't play opening. They just play the 3 Branded and High Spirits on the 1 Albion, it seems. Ooh, they have Miri in hand, Shaylin in hand, Chupacabra in hand. Activate field spell. I haven't put my field spell there in forever. I just always put my field spell like right in the middle, like on top of like the field center. Chupacabra. Then 1 through 5, 3 right in the middle. Hits the Chupacabra. Holy, this Dino man has been a sniper today. I've been sniping dangers, I'm not gonna lie. Shout out Joe Dyrich. I've just been... His dangers have not been living. Let's just say that. Shaylin, Rhino, mill 3. Hits 2 dangers and a Miri. No Nessie danger though. Which is like the Aqua one. I feel like we never see people mill that one. They always mill the other dangers. Which still aren't bad mills. They're just not great mills. They just give you access to Mud Dragon. So now we're going to activate Rhino. Rhino Miri. Probably should have used Miri 1, Rhino 2, right? Maybe they didn't want Miri to resolve if Rhino didn't though. So they're going to put back Fusion, Summon, and then dump. Yeah, this Dino guy is a little bit on edge, it seems. I don't know. I feel like Bowden's playing at a decent enough speed. I'm not going to think my opponent's slow playing like this. But you see, he keeps bringing it up. He's playing at his decent speed. You can't be mad, right? It's not too slow. So they're going to go dump Shaylin, and then they can get Shaylin effective fuse, yeah. Just going to make the Garua there with those 2. Going through the extra deck. Oh my gosh, he's got old sticky extra deck sleeves. Ew. It's like using world sleeves forever. They just get like stuck together and gross. Oh, it doesn't use the effective fusion. We're gonna go Kit to summon back. And then get the effects, mill 8. Albion, Zephyros, Jackalope. Okay. Not sure exactly what they were trying to hit there. Now we're going to use the Miri and the Rhino. Link into Dark. Link in the Elf. Okay. All I'm saying is, but you really might want to change your extra sleeves. But it seems like it's becoming like a hassle to find your extra cards. But Elf effects, it looks. Oh, never mind. I'm thinking about using Zephyros. Mud Dragon effect. Calling an attribute. Probably just Dark. Zephyros, bounce back Shaylin, summon, minus 400. Yep, that goes through. Alright, Dino's now in the lead. It's crazy that this has been like a 7.5 minute turn one. And like a lot hasn't even happened yet. It's about to. We're about to get to the point to where like everything that we've been building up for is about to like start doing things. But was I wrong earlier? Was Shaylin the one that was already used? I swear it wasn't. But like it had to be if this is how we did this route. Go summon Curious. And then we're gonna get Curious effect. See. Go dump one and then mill 3. Dump Snow. I don't know why that card ever came off the ban list. That card is so broken. Like, and as the game just like moves forward, like as cards get better, like that card just gets even better over time. Like, I don't know why that card's a thing. So they do have Snow if they want to. They did mill Eradicator also. They also have Brandon, High Spirits, and Graveyard, which is somewhat follow-up. They're going to Elf, summon Miri, overlay those, summon Gigantic. Gigantic effect, attach, go summon. Summoning out the Jet, and then Jet effect to go search. So not playing the big sprite package, but just playing the Jet and the Smashers. So go grab that. Then link off. And does that just go back into like a second elf? Okay, yep, summon elf. So they have Snow if they want to make like a link 4 with the Curious. They're just telling them to hurry up again. They're trying to use Snow. Oh, okay. I just realized, like, as they tried using Snow, they can't because Gigantic, they're locked into the 2s. They could have used Snow prior to Gigantic, though, so they could have done, like, the whole Snow thing prior to Gigantic if they wanted to. Terraforming, go search Field Spell. You know, I mean, there is pressure. It is the finals of Oceanics. Like, you know, you don't want to lose. So Terraforming goes search. They're going to imperm the elf. So it decides to go main phase. They said, let's go main phase Terraforming and then imperm. You should have went standby phase imperm on elf. And that stops them from milling 6. Curious 1. Salic 2. Go search Huffinus. And then we're going to get to mill 3 more. Oh, sorry. Mill 9. Mill 9. Mill 3 more, hits Miri, Huffinus there. I don't know. Like, you also know it's a mirror match. So, maybe we should have set up Dweller. like Imprim on Elf during standby would have been so much better too. Cause like now their Smashers is just better. Cause they could get rid of Miri and keep Elf, and like, you know, you have to out Elf, otherwise they're just gonna keep getting more stuff off of it. But puts back Fusion Summon into the Dragos to Paleo. Then put back Miri, Rhino, and Kit to summon out Kaleido. So I was gonna say they could field spell pop Kaleido, but I don't think you do that there. They're gonna activate their field spell. In response, chain Smashers. Smashers banishing Jet from graveyard. And then it looks like it's gonna resolve. So then they're gonna banish Elf, keeps Miri. See a Super Poly in their hand. Normal summon Rhino, Rhino effect, chain Dragos to Paleo, chain Super Poly. Using the Rhino and the Miru. Okay, Miru has already used effective fusion this turn too. Reading over Kaleido. Kaleido could activate here if they want to, as Miru was sent to graveyard by card effect. So Rhino will resolve, dumping Hafinas. And then Hafinas effect, Kit effect, Chainlink 3, Kaleido to shuffle back Kit. Oh, I was about to say, did they use the graveyard effect to Rhino too? But no, they did not. Okay, so put back 2, summon right back out the Kit. And then the Kit effect that was summoned before now resolves to go search for Shaylin. Yeah, they're going to activate Snow now. So summon Snow, set the Kit. They obviously really wanted it if they summoned it right back. It's going to stop them from milling a bunch of cards. So effect, out that. Is that Desires? That is Desires. Oh, that's a good card there. Draw 2, banish 10. Draw Super Poly and Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom not being the best card here, especially after your opponent has already done a lot. Super Poly not even that crazy here. I mean, yeah, it's really just not. Kaleido not being able to be used as a fusion material is kind of rough. So, Shaylin effect. Get rid of Ash, summon Mill 3. Hit Shaylin there. Is that the unused one? It is the unused one. Or at least the way that they're looking at it makes it look like it's the used one. I assume so, otherwise it's just game. Think about what to summon here. Could go for Kaleido. Right? Or, yeah, they could go for Kaleido. They're gonna have to put back other things though. So I think they have 2 Rhino and a Shaylin in graveyard. And the Kaleido requires 1 Tearlament, 2 Aquas. So you can't use 2 Rhino Heart for it. But they are going to make Kaleido by putting back the Kit. And then Kaleido effect the spin. Let's see, they could hit back Curious or Snow. Or even their Kaleido. Okay, hitting back Curious. Chaining Hafinas possibly. Puts another body on board also. And then put back Curious. Looking at the graveyard. Yes, use a bunch of extra cards for Snow. And also possibly the branded High Spirit could come up. Ooh, they're gonna link off. Summoning Dark. And then Dark effect of summons Miri. Miri effect, mill 3, hits Snow, Miri, and Nib. Now we've used all of our effects to fusion, so we did end up getting a Snow there. We didn't use all of our effects to fusion? We didn't, because we super polyed out one of them. Okay. I was like, we definitely summoned Kit twice, Kaleido, and I was like, where did the extra fusion card come from? Makes sense. So they summon back Snow, not summon back, but Garua, Dark, Miri, and Kaleido, making the Underworld Goddess. And then we're going to get Garua Chainlink 1 to go draw. I mean, they're doing like a lot here, but it also just doesn't feel like anything. I feel like Bowden is still just like really far ahead, right? I guess they do have to like actually have the follow-up. Maybe you do leave Hafinas in hand then. Because like if you have the High Spirits coming back, then you want something to get rid of with it. Super poly their cards away to bring out Mud Dragon. Hafinas was already used off of the mill. Curious. So now Snow banished to summon. Banish 4, 5, 6, and 7. Summon that out. I don't know, I mean, the High Spirits definitely adds back, right? I'm actually gonna look up what the card does exactly. Just to make sure I know exactly what it does. Makes Dweller, uses Dweller effect. Okay, so like, it's not gonna add itself back now. But I still wanna check it out. I'm like 99% sure it does this. Oh, and we're going to see a scoop phase there. Wow. Wait. But did Bowden just scoop? Let's see. So, Branded in High Spirits says during the end phase of a fusion monster is sent to your graveyard this turn, you can add this card from your graveyard back. But yeah, attacks there. And then that's just game. Oh! They destroyed, right? So their life points were wrong? Oh! Wow! Yo! I'm not gonna lie. That was a really solid game. But now we're heading into the next game. Starts off with the branded High Spirits. Shaylin, Deathfrog, Ghost Search Albion. And then we're going to get Shaylin Effect Diffusion. We see Lava Golem in the opponent's hand. Gonna Crow the Shaylin. Salic Desires, Lava Golem, Albion, go dump to draw. So that, I mean, that package is really cool. You do have to like have like an aqua with it, of course. You really want a tier with it specifically, but it does like give you a draw, gives you follow up, gives you a tier effect activating with an aqua engrave. Some people might also not know what you're doing with it. That might make them more scared. Mills Nessie there off the Shaylin. That's good because the Haffinus could go put back Nessie, decides to put back the Desfrog. I guess you do just want that in extra deck. I was gonna say maybe leave it in graveyard, just that way with the option to make Drago, but that doesn't really come up too often. Kit effect. They could also have Chupacabra in hand. Go search Miri. So he has the Miri in hand. They could kit effect mill 8. Pray that they mill some good cards. Okay, normal summon Miri. And then Miri effect. Ooh, no Miri effect. Doesn't want to hit like the one-ofs and stuff. Like the Sprite package. Kit effect to tag out. Bring out Miri. Mill. Well, you can't summon it to that zone because Kit summons. And then summons it to the other one. So effect, mill. We see Salic milled. Haffinus, Rhino, Gamma. Has Gamma in going first. So now we're going to get our Salic. Salic goes search. Just there's no way this Dino guy keeps getting mad at him for thinking for a couple of seconds, you know? Oh, I guess they're talking about something. But they're gonna go search. Ooh. Thinking on what to grab. Grabbing the Haffinus. See. They're gonna set one. Did they side out of... I was gonna say, did they side out of the Sprite stuff? Because they haven't even used Elf effect this turn. They could, like, Elf summon back. Make Gigantic, leaving Miru on field to... I guess it depends what they have set. I was going to say to keep their Tearlament trap live. Or you could Elf, summon back Gamma, Gigantic, summon Jet, and then keep Gigantic on board. And that could be used for your Eradicator. Oh, is the set card the Smashers already? It is, okay. So summon Jet, no search. Someone in chat said bro is slow playing hard. There's no way you're saying Bowden is slow playing. The deck just takes forever. So Shaylin summon, getting rid of Miru, mill 3, mills Haffinus and Nib, super poly. Then they can activate their graveyard effects. Maybe only one of them, but probably both. Okay, so probably only one if they're putting those two back. Sometimes you do activate two though, and then you just put back the Tearlament. Like the Tearlament will put back both that were used, so that way you don't have to resolve the second fusion, but you do play around like stuff like Crow. Or I guess like Bell. So summons kit effect. Chains Elf, summon Miru. Okay, so they searched, they did their thing. It searched Rhino. Miru gets the mill. Miru effect off of their mill. It's now fusion. Putting back itself. Rhino. And Hafina, so I was going to say it looks like they want to go for Big Kaleido. And then they can get Kaleido effect to spin. Still have Smashers set too. They have Lava Golem. So I searched Rhino. They drop Lava Golem, they can't Rhino. They're gonna use Elf and Miru. Taking the 2s off of board. Can't get hit with Smashers now. Activate Desires. You feel like you would Desires and then Lava Golem. So that way you can draw 2 and then reassess. What draws off that? What did they draw? Is that Imperm Salix set with Hafina's in hand now. Standby phase Lava Golem, Chain Hafina's. It's a really good tech. I actually really like that technique. I've talked about this on the channel a few times. It's just like a very good interaction to know if you play Lava Golem in this deck. But we miss. Only 8 minutes and 45 seconds left. Time does work a little bit different in Top Cut than it does in Swiss because, you know, there can't be any draws in single elimination while there can be in Swiss. So I'll talk about that a little bit more as time gets a little bit closer. What does Bowden have in hand exactly? And they're going to activate Field Spell over Field Spell to go search. And then see what they grab. Grab Rhino Heart. Okay. We do know that the opponent has Salix set. Ooh, activate Snake. Snake hitting like a tier card here would be nice. Snake hitting, bro. This Dino guy's danger hitting power is insane. But for a second, I thought he was about to put the danger back to hand. It's like, nah, reroll. I'm sick of it. He has... Oh, is that Gam on hand? No. Because they just searched Rhino. Yeah. No way. Looking at the extra deck. Normal summon Rhino. Effect. In response, we're going to chain Imperm. Also shutting down the Smashers for this turn. Also making it so that way Kaleido won't get its effect, nor Field Spell. But we can go into Dark. Dark effect to take. They don't have Kit in their grid because we shuffled it back. Dark Effect, Chain Salic. They do have Smashers though, and they could chain. Oh, they can't. It's under Imperm. I was about to say they could chain Smashers, so that way the target for Salic is gone. I usually honestly just banish Salic itself, but they're gonna get rid of everything to summon out Kaleido. Kaleido, bounce back Kaleido. They then could get Field Spell Effect, which I don't think they would do. They're gonna chain Huffinus in response to Kaleido. So summon mill 3, hit Shaylin, Huffinus, Destrudal! That's game 3! That's game 3! That's game 3! Yup. That's game 3. Okay, so we can go ahead and skip a little bit to the finals. Let's see. Timer hasn't gone down at all. Maybe they paused it while the judge was like giving instructions. Okay, but final hand of the final game of the Oceanic Yu-Gi-Oh! Championship 2022. Dino Spazavoki is going first. They're going to start off with go to main phase, Shaylin effects, summon itself out by getting rid of Miru, mill 3. Hits a DD Crow off of that only. And then Miru, effective fusion. Now, with there only being 3 minutes left in time, yeah, so how time works, since we're in game 3, we're going to summon Kit effect to go search. Pay attention to this a little bit. Go search Rhino. But how it works is now we are in time. It is end of phase. If both players have the same life points, then we go to the next turn. Like, we keep checking at the end of every, I have been told different things. I'm pretty sure we keep checking until the end of every turn and not the end of every phase. But I do forget, off the top of my head right now. We're gonna mill Snow, Rhino, Miru, off of Kit mill 5, and then we're going to get our Rhino to dump the specific tier from deck. No, Rhino 1, Kit 2 is not a play that, I should say is a play that you used to. I was going to say is not a play that you're unfamiliar with. Yeah, that's what. I was trying to think of that, but I didn't know how to say it. So dump Huffinus effect to fusion. They also have Nib in hand. Do they play Cowboy? Cowboy would be pretty cool, but the judges did, pause the timer for some reason. If the judges paused the timer on my match, I would like take my hands away from the deck and be like, alright, I will continue to decide once you are done pausing the timer. I'm just trying to go to game 3 normally. You're not slow playing. If anything, they did scoop a little bit early last game. When they could have, made Bowden actually play it out. They mill 3 tiers, but they still have to actually attack for game. Banish 7 for Snow. Doesn't look like a Cowboy's coming down if that's what we're doing. Oh, this is so risky. It leaves the tier name on board, but oh my gosh, this is so risky. We just lose the Super Poly. Well, I don't say we lose to Super Poly, because then they can get Rhino effect to fusion. But it takes Dweller out of play, which is like the big thing. Activate the High Spirits. Huffinus, dump Dust Frog. And then they're going to go search for the Albion. Yep, go search that. Hafina's effect. Chain DD Crow on it. Do they have called by or something? Seem to be thinking about this. Yeah, the opponent didn't want to like Dweller and draw phase or anything because they know that Bowden is on Gamma. They saw Gamma last game. Some people will hold Gamma for Dweller, especially versus Pure Tier. Yep, they're gonna try to Gamma Crow. See, they did hold the Gamma. So summon out Gamma, summon out Driver, Hafina's put back. I mean, this just seems like a lot of very strong bodies with a timer at 0. Summon Kip. I guess you're in a weird spot there if you're Dino, because if you don't play any card for time, and time gets close, you can't choose to go first, otherwise you just lose. But if you decide to go second, you know for a fact you lose, because everyone has cards for time. Put back the Hafinas and the Frogs, summon Kit, activate Kit effect now to either go search or dump. They're going to chain Dweller, detaching Snow. So they're thinking on what to search here. The opponent still has Nib in hand though. Go search Rhino. Also, everyone in the chat is saying that he has Super Poly. And they're asking why didn't they use it. But it's because then they can get Rhino. Rhino is pretty good when it's sent to graveyard by card effect. So I'm guessing that's why they did it. Reads the tier card. I can't tell if that's Salic or Mayonnaise. But yeah, they read over it. Probably just seeing the exact wording. As I brought up yesterday, I think it's very important for players to know YuGiOh conjunction meanings, and this is a perfect time to show it off. Bowden is reading what the card does. If he did not know YuGiOh conjunctions, he would just be reading the effect and not reading it as in how can I dodge this or how can I do blank against this, because once you know the conjunctions, you know how the card works exactly. Probably. I'm guessing he does. They did take a little while though, and looked like he may have asked a question about something. But I mean, what was he gonna do? Like spend more time on it? This clock's already at 0. I remember the old time rules with the 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 time. Those didn't work because of how players thought. Like you would be at a regional and your opponent would be like, "Hey, we're already in time. Like, you know, I'm gonna sit and think about my plays for a minute." And I'm like, "No, you're not gonna slow play me." And they're like, "What? But there's no time left." Well, you don't have to be a shark. And it's like, bro, like play at a decent pace. I don't know what to tell you. No, that was crazy. The old time rules were wild. But they were like fine-ish. It just took tournaments so long to end. Like you wouldn't leave a regional until like midnight. Now you get to leave at like 7, which is so much better. No effect of Rhino. Shaylin, get rid of Albion. Mill 3. Is playing into Nib. Very, very hard here. I mean, I was thinking here. time, like, I was thinking, because, like, they have a Gave Dragon in their extra deck. We saw it before. And they do have a dragon in graveyard, so they would get the gang, or either, I think they get to burn 100 life points for each dragon. Usually it's gang, 400 for each worm is what I was used to, because I played Pendulum with it. So he tried Overlane, and then after he tried Overlane, I decided, no, I do not want to overlay. And now I think they're arguing about it. Which, like, you know, if you did overlay, and we do have to overlay. They're showing the extra deck. Oh, did they side out of Dweller? They definitely play it. We saw him Dweller someone yesterday. Okay, it's going over the cards. I'll just take the opponent's Dweller. Just, hey, look, I have one. Showing that the token cards aren't Dweller. So it's simply just in the side deck then. Okay. Doesn't have Dweller. Maybe they lost it? No, because it looked like they're about to go back to playing. I was going to say, if they only have 14 cards in their extra deck and Dweller just somehow disappeared, then, like, that could be something. Oh, they dropped Nib. Ha! Yup, dropped Nib, pass over token. Hey, Bowden's still in this, though. How many cards does the opponent have? 1, 2, 3... I don't care about the stats of the Nib token. I want to see how many cards you have for Snow. Nib in hand, card set, card in hand, Dweller, Rhino, Mud Dragon under it. Desire... Oh, no, not Desires. There has to be one more card. Otherwise, they still just lose to the Super Poly. Because you could Super Poly away the token and Nib to make Garura. Because they're both rock lights with different names. I'm trying to think, is that the play? Oh, I saw Miri in their graveyard. That means they have enough cards. Oh no. Wait a second. Does that mean Bowden loses? I'm not gonna lie. I thought Bowden was gonna come in and just absolutely wax this guy, but this guy's showing why he went 8-0. He's currently in the finals, about to win the tourney. It looks like. You know, I'm not gonna put Bowden out of this. Yeah, I believe in him. I believe in him. It's they could draw really bad for turn and have nothing, even after they book a moon this, and then maybe they can't do damage. Yeah, 'cause we knew. Oh, the other card in hand was Nib. Yeah, it's just a free banish. May as well banish that over your set card. They could draw bad. They could draw bad. Pass turn. Oh. Come on. Come on. Alfinas. Oh, that's insane. That just makes Dark. Dark's just game. No. They needed like a really bad draw. We needed like a hand trap there or something. Not a dark not a dark hand trap. Starlight rare too. They're gonna take Albion with it. Yeah, just attack with Albion over. Dark for game. GG's. Wow. That was nice. So we're gonna end up seeing Dino Spazavoki win the tournament, going undefeated with his tier deck. Went 8-0 in Swiss. One top 32, one top 16, one top 8, one top 4, one finals. Went 13-0 this weekend with pure tier. And Bowden ended up getting second place. But A will still take it. It is still a top. I'm pretty sure they get like the Crystal BLS, the mat, and everything like that. So you still get a lot of prizings. Like, you can't be too mad. But with all that being said, the DB Grinder signing off. Peace. Have a nice day. Stay safe.